So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Janet. I welcome you. If you watch my videos regularly, I welcome you back and I appreciate you so much. Keep doing that. Subscribe to my channel. I really want to reach 1000 subscribers. And yeah, so normally I do videos that surround my life, what I've gone through, what I'm going through now, and just my daily life. And today I was just triggered to do a story time because my daughter just turned 11 years. Yay! For this reason, I just decided to take myself back when I was 22 years old. That's when I gave birth to my daughter. And I remember by this time, I was pregnant the last year of my university, and nobody knew in my family that I was pregnant until I was 6 months pregnant, because I was living alone in Eldoret and my family was living in Nairobi. So I had a very catastrophic relationship. It was a messed up relationship, but I thank God because the mother to my boyfriend was always there for me. She took my hand like a mother. She provided for me. She was looking after me even when I felt so down and depressed. She always came and visit me at my low moments, and that's how I got through it. Because I remember I was so skinny, I was not even eating enough because sometimes I didn't have enough money, and if I got the money at this point, I used to go to prenatal checkups and all the things that the baby will need. I had started preparing myself, buying clothes and all those things. Hello, Liza. So that was it. So life was a challenge. Life was really a challenge because I felt alone. And I remember when my mom visited me, she came, and when I picked her at the bus station, there was fire. You could feel like there was fire inside her. We walked from the bus stop to the house. We didn't talk to each other. And I remember when she came and sat down, she breathed so deep and she said, "Oh, you're going to keep it." So that was some relief. It was a relief. So I felt like, okay, if she said that, then everything is okay. At least I don't feel like I'm unwanted. So that was one thing I felt good about. So it was remaining 3 months and then I graduate. And I remember on my last paper, I felt a sharp pain and the contraction and everything started, and I had to rush to the hospital. So I went to the hospital, and luckily the same woman, the mother to my boyfriend, she was there. She helped me to pay the bills and all that. And I remember her asking the boyfriend, so my boyfriend then, so what next? And this guy was really, he was really happy to have the baby, but me and him was not working. So he said, no, I'll keep them and I'll take care of my baby. So we were there, we stayed there, and things were okay with the baby. The mother was taking good care of us, and I appreciate that up to date. But as time went by, things became worse. My relationship with my boyfriend became worse, and I had to move back to Nairobi. So I think I just woke up one day and I felt like, no, this is not working, because I think he had beaten me really bad. And I remember the reason was because I went to look for a job and left the kid with the house girl. And then I was coming back, he started abusing me and saying really bad words to me. And I said, okay, come on, listen, Janet, this is enough. Now you have to stand on your legs and know it's time for you to fight for yourself. So the moment he left the house, I packed my things and I just left. I called my mom. She sent me 1,000 through M-Pesa, and I just took a bus and came back to Nairobi. So when I came back to Nairobi, I knew now I'm going to do it by my own. I'm going to start fighting for myself and my daughter. And I knew very well my mom is going to be tough on me, because my mom has always been that tough lady. She just doesn't give you everything on the plate. She wants you to push yourself. She push you out there on the world so you can succeed. At some point you might feel it's hatred. I felt that at that point. I felt like my mom hates me so much. But if I look at it now, I felt like, oh, she wanted me to realize that I cannot always get everything the way I want it. So I remember she gave me a house, because she has some rental house. She gave me a room, and she gave me some utensils and everything that anyone could need. And she gave me 1,000. And she told me, now, my daughter, this is it. Life is you. Your life is your life. You have to start thinking about how to take care of your daughter. I took this 1,000. I went and bought some porridge flour. I bought some chapati flour. And I decided to start selling uji and chapati. I used to wake up at 4 o'clock, cook the things, and tamak from, I used to stay somewhere called Wetedi. If you live in Thika, you definitely know Wetedi, and you know where Ndarugo is. That's where they mine stones for building houses. So I used to hawk porridge there. I did that for quite some time. I think almost the whole of 2009. At some point, I decided to start taking my baby, because when I left her at the childcare, I found her not well taken care of, and we could go to the hospital in and out because she was left on cold, and she was suffering a lot. And I felt like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Then if I decide to hustle, I'll hustle with her. I used to take her with me, because my sister was also busy, so I didn't have anybody to leave my family that I could leave my baby with. So I did that for quite some time, and then my sister visited from abroad. Luckily, I had some sisters that are well off, and she came. But all this time, nobody knew what I was going through. So they visited my mom, and my mom said, oh, you know who so-and-so is here, and this is what is happening, this is what she's going through in her life. And my sister came and visited me, and she told me, you know what, I'm not going to leave you here. She begged my mom to stay with Cindy, and she took me to Nairobi. When she took me to Nairobi, she used to work, before she traveled abroad, she used to work with a company that, a factory that separates, we used to separate clothes. Some of them go to abroad, some of them stay locally. Of course, I won't mention the company here. And they used to pay me 9,000 shillings. That's how my life started. I used to try to send some money back home to take care of my daughter, save a little bit, and just do small businesses like buying bed sheets in Kikomba and reselling them. I did that for quite some time until God came through, and I'm here now. So what I'm just trying to say with all this story is, you don't have to think everything falls into place in life. Sometimes we go through a lot of challenges. We curse ourselves. We feel like everything is gone, because at some point I felt like, oh, I've lost everything. I don't have any hope in my life. I tried several times going back to my boyfriend and coming, because he was also trying that we tried and make it work, but it didn't work. So at the end, I had to stay with my daughter. I had to provide for my daughter. My ex-boyfriend never gave me even a dime to take care of my daughter. I did it all by myself, and I thank God for that, because if I stayed where I was at that point, if I didn't take a point to move forward and look for a better future for me and my daughter, probably I will be there now. Maybe I'll be having 4 or 5 kids now that I can't take care of as I can take care of my daughter now. And I thank God for helping me realize that yeah, this is your chance. You can move on, you can try to better yourself, you can be a woman, a strong woman, and just fight life. Because I know a lot of ladies, when you give birth, you feel like, oh, I can't leave this guy, I can't be alone. We get scared. Let me just put it this way. We get scared and we don't want to challenge ourselves. So if you're out there, you feeling like life is gone, like you've lost it all, you have your bundle of joy, it's not lost, you just have to challenge yourself. Just challenge yourself, go out there. There's a lot of opportunities. Don't choose work, all work. I had graduated. I didn't have a bachelor, but I had my diploma. But I tarmacked the whole ticker to look for a job. I didn't get any. I didn't get even any reply. But I took what was there. I took this 1,000 shillings that my mom gave me. I started life with it. We survived with it until my sisters came through, and here we are. So guys, that's it about my challenges with Cindy, what I went through, and how life was as a young mom. And yeah, normally it's not that easy. Even those moms that have it all, it's still challenging to have a small baby and to figure out how things are. But it becomes more challenging when you don't have anything, when you don't know where tomorrow, what you're going to feed your baby tomorrow. You don't have pampers, you don't have clothes, you have all those challenges there for you, and still maybe you don't have people to tell you, oh, push yourself, it's going to be well. So I'm here telling you, it's always going to be well. You just have to challenge yourself. You have to be open-minded. Don't say, oh, I'm a graduate, I can't do this. I remember people used to laugh at me on that area where I was living. People used to say, oh, she's a graduate and she's selling porridge, her mom is not even supporting her, and all that. But it's life. People will talk. This is the world we live in. People talk, they forget, and we're here. Now when I visit there, they always, some of them hide their faces because they don't want to look at me after all they talked about. So guys, that's my story time. That's the end of my story time. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more story times and more videos in future. And I'll see you in the next one.